Yo, what is up everybody? Starry right here and welcome back to another video. Today we are ranking Western Conference teams going into this season. I'm going to be ranking them and predicting where I think they're going to land and where they're going to stand when it comes to playoff times. It should be a lot of fun this season. As a Lakers fan, I'm very excited for this season. I think we could be a lot better than we were last year. So, that is fun. So we're going to just jump right into this ranking system. Every team in the Western Conference, and then we'll have an Eastern Conference video as well. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on that video as well. As you can see here, the first team on the list is the Dallas Mavericks, and this team is kind of hard to pick if I'm going to be honest. I don't know if they're going to be as good as they were last year, but I think they're going to be somewhere around that range. So I'm going to put them in the Western Conference Finals contenders list. This is where I'm going to put them for now. I like their team. They still have the best player. One of the best players, Luka. The loss of Jalen Brunson is something to be noted, but I think that they'll be fine without it. And they're looking pretty good. I think that they're still going to be a solid team next year in the West. So I got to put them in the Western Conference Finals contenders. After that, we have one of my favorite teams that's not the Lakers. The Lakers are my ultimate team, but one of my other teams that I root for is the Nuggets. I love Joker. If you've listened to my other basketball videos, I'm just a huge fan of Joker. I just love his game, and for this season, he's getting MPJ back and Jamal Murray. He's getting Jamal Murray back. So come on now. I want to put him in finals contenders because they already look so good, and MPJ's looking good in preseason, and Jamal Murray's looking good as well. And Joker's Joker, but I'm gonna be realistic and I'm just gonna put him in the contender spot. I'm just gonna be realistic here. I'm not gonna overhype him just because I like him. I'm gonna be realistic and I'm gonna put him in the contender spot. I think that Joker is gonna even have another MVP type year. It's going to be a really good year for the Nuggets in my opinion, so I'm going to put them there. After that, we have the Golden State Warriors. Now I'm going to put them in the finals contenders. This one's pretty easy. They just come off a championship. They didn't lose any key really important pieces, so I gotta put them in the finals contender spot just because they're still the same team that they were like the team that just won 2 months ago or whatever it was. I gotta put them there in the finals contention. The only reason why I can see them slipping is because of that Draymond Green and Jordan Poole kind of just beef, I guess you can say. We saw it happen with KD. Now Jordan Poole is not on the same level as KD, but still, it may cause a distraction in the locker room. So that's one reason I could see them falling. But I think when it comes down, I don't think Draymond Green is going to try to right his wrong. I know it. It just depends on Jordan Poole's gonna really accept it or not. Jordan Poole's still gonna play out of his mind because it's contract year, so I'm still, there's not much to worry about, but it's still a small possibility that something could go wrong. But because they are the champions, they got to be back in the finals contention spot. As I mentioned when I was talking about the Warriors, there was that Draymond Green and Jordan Poole incident. However, at the time of recording, the video wasn't out, and I didn't think it was gonna be as bad as it was, so I wasn't expecting that. And honestly, I don't know if the Warriors are going to be able to come back from that. It was crazy. It was a very crazy fight. I'm not going to lower them in the ranking. I think they're still finals contenders. It just really depends on what happens in that situation. But I just wanted to make it known that when I recorded the video, that video was not out. The next team on the list is the Rockets. Now, the Rockets are a very easy team to pick. When it comes down to what the tiers that I have here, they're not playoff hopefuls, and they're going to be in the lottery bound. They're still a super young team. I do like Jalen Green though. I think he's gonna have a good year, a step up year 2. But we're just gonna be honest, they're not really in the playoff and there are the play-in competition right now. So I'm gonna just put them in the lottery bound. They're still a young rookie team. They have a bright future for sure. The next team on the list is the Los Angeles Clippers, are the Lakers' arch enemies. This team is good. I want to put them in finals contenders, but I'm going to put them in the WCF just because of injuries. It's mainly just because of injuries. We know how injury-riddled Paul George and Kawhi Leonard can be. But we'd be like, if they can play the whole season, or just even somewhat close to the whole season, they're going to be a really, really scary team. They have crazy depth on the bench. They have like just the crazy bench players, and just their starting five is so good as well. The Clippers are legit this year, and they still have Ty Lue, amazing coach. Yeah, the Clippers are going to be really, really good this year. Top 5 even. So I want to put them in the finals contenders, but just because of injuries, I got to put them in the Western Conference contenders list. Possibly even playoff log just because of injuries. I'm going to put them in the WCF just because I'm expecting them to not have injuries and they're going to be good, knock on wood. But yeah, because of just, the history, it's hard to really, just like excuse that, just for push that to the side. So I'm going to put them in WCF. I think they're going to be really, really, really good this year. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, come on, man. Those two, John Wall too. Like they have a really, really good team over there. So yeah, WCF. After that, we move on to my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers. Now this team, I think we're going to be a lot better than we were last year, but I think we're going to just be playoff locks. I think last year we would have been playoff hopefuls, but this year we're going to be playoff locks. There's still the Lakers. We have LeBron James, who's been getting injury prone lately. Anthony Davis, who has been injury prone his whole season, this whole career with the Lakers. And yeah, we still have Russell Westbrook on our team, who's still a mystery if he's going to be good or not. It just depends. Pat Bev, he makes a change. We still have Austin Reeves, who's good. Kendrick Nunn is playing now, so there's a lot of hope in Lakerland. But everything has to click, everything has to go our way to be playoff locks. And I think I'm going to be biased. This is a homer pick. I'm going to just say it. They're going to playoff lock. This was 100% biased. I am taking all reality out. And I'm just going to put them in the playoff locks. I think they can be really, really good this year. And that's just kind of me being hopeful. After that, we move on to the Memphis Grizzlies, and this team is a playoff lock for sure. They still have a really, really solid young core. Like, they're a really, really good young core. We saw what they did last year in the playoffs, and I think they're only going to get better. But I don't think they're going to be better enough to be WCF contenders. Like, with what we have going on so far, like the teams that are there, I don't think they're better than, and I don't think they're on par with. So yeah, I'm just gonna put them in the playoff locks, but they're still a super, super young team. John Morant's crazy out of his mind, so I'm just gonna put them in the playoff locks because I don't think they're on par with the WCF teams that I have right now. After that, we move on to the Minnesota Timberwolves, a team that is hard to predict. I don't know what the addition of Rudy Gobert is going to do to the Timberwolves. I just don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. I'm assuming it's gonna gel really well. But are they contenders now? Are they WCF contenders now? Or are they just playoff locks? That's very, very hard for me to predict. They have Cat, they have Anthony Edwards, and now they have Gobert, and they have D'Angelo Russell. They have that's 4 is really, really good. Just right there. And then they have bench. Man, it's really hard to predict where I want to put the Timberwolves. I'm just going to put them in locks because I need to see it. I just want to see it before I overly hype this team. They look really, really good, but I'm going to put them in locks for now. Also, Cav is coming off of like an illness this offseason, which is very, very awful. He's doing better now, which is really, really good. But it's just so weird. Like, I need to see this team in action before I can like really judge them and say they're going to be WCF or not. After that, we have the OKC Thunder, and this one is very easy. With the injury of Chet Holmgren, they're going to be a low-tier team. They're not going to really do much, and I'm just going to put them in the lottery bound because I don't think they're going to win that many games. I think they're probably going to be on par with what they were last year. Now we move on to the Phoenix Suns, and this team is not going to be ranked as high as they were last year for me. I'm going to put them in the playoff locks. They would have been a WCF contender last year for sure, hands down. But I think they may have peaked a little bit. And with the whole culture right now with DeAndre Ayton, like just giving them the cold shoulder and everything, I don't know how good they're going to be. And with Jay Crowder wanting out, that's also losing a very valuable player for their team. Jay Crowder was a really, really good player for them, a culture person as well. Really played defense, and he could hit a 3 when needed. So losing that is going to be very damaging to the Suns. And right now, they just don't have a really good culture right now. They don't seem as complete as they did last year. So I'm going to put them in the playoff locks. They're going to be good. You know, they still have Chris Paul, and they still have Devin Booker, and they still have like Mikal Bridges and everything. DeAndre Ayton, I don't know what to expect from DeAndre Ayton. I don't know if he's going to ball out of his mind or if he's going to just be okay. I'm assuming he's probably going to ball out of his mind, but I don't know. We just got to see with the Suns. They're very just a hit or miss team at this moment. The next team on the list is the Trailblazers. This team is very hard to pick for me. I'm gonna put them in the playoff hopefuls because I don't know of how much I would believe in Dame at this time. Dame is coming off a season-ending injury. Basically, he had to have surgery and all that, and he's been out for the whole season last year. So it's very hard to predict what type of Dame we're gonna have. I don't think he's gonna regress like immensely, but I don't know if he's gonna still be Dame time. I'm assuming he's gonna be Dame time, but just not that crazy of Dame time. So I'm just gonna put him in the playoff hopefuls right now. I like their team, but they're not as stacked as the other teams in the playoff locks. And everything I said about Portland applies to the Kings. I don't think they have a really good team. They had a great offseason, but I'm just not sure if they're going to be up there with the playoff locks teams as of right now. I need to see that team play. Then we'll figure out what the Kings are going to be. I like their new head coach. I think they're going to be in for a really, really good year. I think they could sneak into the playoff locks team, really, honestly. But as of right now, I'm just going to put them in the playoff hopefuls because we need to see what they are. After that, we have the Spurs, a team that's obviously tanking. They got rid of DeJounte Murray this offseason. So yeah, they're a team that's going to be bottom tier as of right now. We all know it. And that is okay. Another team that is tanking as well is the Utah Jazz. They are tanking as well. We know they're started to get rid of their core that they had for years that peaked with Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. So now, they have a lot of young players, but not a lot of players that are really, really good, that fit well. So yeah, the Jazz are going to be in the lottery for sure. They're going to be tanking. They'll be one of the bottom teams in the West. And lastly, we saved the best for last, honestly. We have a team that's I'm really hyped for. I really, really loved them when they were in the playoffs last year. The Pelicans, I think they're going to be playoff locks this year. Honestly, I think they're going to be playoff locks this year. We got Zion back. We got Brandon Ingram. Come on. They're going to be really, really good this year. CJ McCollum. Come on. They're going to be really, really good. I can't wait to watch the Pelicans play basketball. It feels like forever since we've seen Zion, and what we've seen from him in the and preseason has been really, really good. So I'm so excited to see what the Pelicans do this year. They're a super young team, but they have a lot of going for them. So I just can't wait to see what the Pelicans do this year. I think they're going to be really, really good. But that is it. That is my rankings for the Western Conference. Like I said, we're going to be doing the Eastern Conference as well, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on that video. Leave a comment down below about how you feel about my ranking. Did I get anything wrong? Am I sleeping on the Portland Trailblazers? Should they be playoff locks? Am I overhyping the Grizzlies? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.